Imagine visiting your friendly neighborhood doctor, someone you've trusted for years, only to discover later that he might have been the very reason your loved one never came home. What if I told you that one of the most respected physicians in Britain turned out to be the most prolific serial killer in modern history? This is the terrifying story of Dr. Harold Shipman, the doctor who killed his patients. Harold Frederick Shipman was born on January 14, 1946, in Nottingham, England. From the outside, he was a bright, ambitious boy who grew up to study medicine at the University of Leeds. But beneath the surface, something darker was brewing. When Harold was just 17, his mother was dying of lung cancer. He watched doctors administer morphine to ease her pain. For many experts, this became a critical psychological trigger. Young Harold learned how a simple injection could quietly end suffering or life itself. In the 1970s, as a practicing doctor, Shipman was already in trouble. He was caught forging prescriptions and addicted to pethidine, a powerful painkiller. He was fined, but he returned to medicine, and no one realized they had just unleashed a predator back into the community. Shipman's method was chillingly simple. He would visit mostly elderly patients, often women, and administer lethal doses of morphine, a medical form of heroin. Then, he would falsify medical records, claiming they had died of natural causes. In many cases, he even encouraged families to choose cremation, ensuring that the evidence would turn to ash. He was hiding in plain sight, killing one patient after another, year after year. For decades, Shipman evaded suspicion. But in 1998, the death of Kathleen Grundy, a former mayor, finally raised alarms. Her suspiciously altered will left everything to Shipman. When her body was exhumed, toxicology revealed lethal levels of morphine. That was the beginning of his downfall. Police investigations uncovered a horrifying pattern. In January 2000, Shipman was convicted of murdering 15 patients and forging the will of Kathleen Grundy. He was sentenced to life in prison, with no chance of release. But here's the most terrifying part. 15 murders were just the tip of the iceberg. A massive public inquiry, led by Dame Janet Smith, later concluded that Shipman had likely killed at least 215 people, possibly more than 250. This made him the most prolific serial killer in modern history. And the biggest question still haunts experts. Why? Was it mercy? Some claim he thought he was easing pain, but many of his victims weren't even terminally ill. Was it greed? He benefited financially only in a handful of cases. Or was it power? Did he simply enjoy the godlike control over life and death? The official inquiry could not determine a single motive. One conclusion was chillingly simple. He may have just become addicted to killing. On January 13, 2004, the day before his 58th birthday, Harold Shipman was found hanging in his prison cell. Some families felt robbed of justice because he never confessed or explained why he did it. He took his secrets to the grave. So next time you sit across from your doctor, remember this story. Dr. Harold Shipman was supposed to heal, but instead, he turned medicine into murder. The scariest monsters are not the ones hiding in the shadows. They're the ones we trust the most. What do you think about Dr. Shipman? Share your thoughts and comments.